Lord, I thought it would be different. Even just saying those words just now, I feel something in my chest, like,
Right? But instead of walking through open doors, I too was handed a layoff notice. Just like that.
I think you see that record for you have Natalie watch.
Your hosts, Carol and Natalie.
What's up, Elevation Zone TV, the place where faith meets forward motion.
Step into the zone. Step into the zone. Welcome to the zone, yeah, where we rise and grow, yeah. Faith and purpose, watch us overflow, yeah. Level up your mind, spirit and your soul, yeah.
Growth is
Elevation zone, elevation zone.
Hey, Elevation Tribe. Welcome back to the Elevation Zone TV, where we talk about faith,
Growth and real life transformation. We're so glad you're here. Today's conversation, this one is tender. It's vulnerable. It's one of those episodes where we're not just talking at you, we're talking with you.
Absolutely. Because today we're opening up about a season both of us are currently walking through.
That's right.
A season that has us asking God, Lord, I thought it would be different. Even just saying those words just now, I feel something in my chest, like,
So interested in finding out what we're talking about? Just stick around. And if you've been rocking with us for a while, thank you. And if this is the first time joining us, welcome. Remember to subscribe. All right. So let's see if you've ever been there where you've done everything right. As far as you know, you've worked hard, you've prayed, you've stayed faithful, you kept showing up, only to watch life take a sharp turn that you just never saw coming. And trust me, it's confusing, it's frustrating, and honestly, it hurts.
it does. It does. And let me just be real with you, Elevation Tribe. For me, I thought my career was secure. I thought I was now at the place of growth, like growing. I was managing multiple portfolios, taking on new projects, even traveling for work to represent my team.
Yeah.
I was growing. And so I thought.
Yeah.
Being recognized and genuinely thought, okay, God, my territory is being expanded.
Yeah.
That's what I would testify in church.
It's true.
It's true. But literally, I came home from a work trip feeling accomplished and grateful, sharing with my husband and my friends and my family. And the very next week,
Just like that.
I was laid off. Just like that.
Yep. Yeah, and I remember that so clearly because at the same time, I was in my own season of transition. Like, I had just finished my MBA. I was hopeful, I was expectant, and I thought, Lord, I've worked so hard. I've invested all this time and energy. This has to be the season of open doors, right? But instead of walking through open doors, I too was handed a layoff notice. Just like that.
I hope you're catching this, Elevation Tribe. And this is no joke. Like, we're laughing
we're
because we have sat in it
serious.
for a while.
Yeah.
But we are both currently laid off 2025. Right.
Yeah.
It was such a surreal moment. Like, for me, what really shook me was that I never planned for it. Like, I wasn't even concerned. I never saw it coming, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I genuinely thought I was good. Maybe a promotion is next. And then, suddenly,
Suddenly.
you go to church and them say, suddenly.
Immediately.
Well, suddenly, I was clearing out my desk, signing the exit paperwork, and driving home with nothing but silence and questions.
Yeah. My God. And you know what, Elevation Tribe? It's not just about the job itself. it's more about what the job represented. You know, your stability, your purpose, your sense of direction. And I remember sitting in my car on that last day when I had just been given my exit letter. And I was just staring out of space, basically. And I was like, God, what just happened? I thought this was the season I'd be celebrating, not grieving. I should be going higher, not out of a job.
Natalie, I remember that day so clearly. You called me and you shared what happened, and like weeks later, I called her and said, Natalie, the same thing happened. And maybe Elevation Tribe, you felt that before. It doesn't have to be a layoff.
Yeah.
Like, that is our current experience. Maybe it's a relationship that ended. Maybe it's a health diagnosis for yourself or a family member. You just never expect it. Right? Maybe it's a dream that just hasn't yet come to life. It's that shocking. Disorienting, if you ask me.
Oh, yeah.
When life doesn't go the way you pictured it, and you don't even have the words to process it.
Yeah.
You know the saying when them say, man a plan but God a why?
Oh, yeah.
This is it. Because remember, you know, we're planning. We have our plans.
Always.
But God.
But God, indeed. And here's where it gets even more complicated. Like, when things don't match our expectations, sometimes it's easy for us to spiral. I remember I kept asking myself questions like, did I miss God somewhere? Was I supposed to pray a little bit harder, like work harder, or dream bigger? And deep down, I was like, God, did I fail you? Or did you do this on purpose? Because I was asking for a better job, not to lose the job I currently had.
My big question was, why no?
Yeah.
Because in my head, as I said, I had mapped out my trajectory perfectly. Like, I had a timeline, I had plans. And then it was like God hit pause. Like, him drop it upon me without warning. Like,
that's what myself suddenly.
And you know what's wild? When God pauses you, it feels like everyone else is still moving forward. Think about the highway. You know, you pull off on the soft shoulder a little bit because whatever reason. And the car just zoop, 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 zoop past you.
Life continues.
Life are gone. And like, you know, you're seeing your friends and your acquaintances, they're getting promotions, they're buying houses, they're announcing engagement, they're married. You know the drift.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there like wondering, then Lord, here I am, Lord. What about me? You know?
Yep, exactly. And that's when bitterness can sometimes creep in too. But when life hits the pause, you have two choices. You can get bitter or you can get still. Carl, do you want to tell them what that would entail?
For me, you need to be still enough to actually feel what's going on inside of you. You see that confusion that we're talking about and the frustration, you need to be still to process all of that.
Yeah, process.
You need to be still enough to heal from the loss or the disappointment. You can't just pretend like it not happened.
True.
We don't have any work. We're not naive. We would have been still for a while and we have processed. And that is why we're able to even communicate in this way.
Yeah, true.
Right? We need to be still enough to hear what God might be saying that we couldn't hear when we did busy in our job because you just get up, routine, work, boom, So now we're still so we can really hear what God has been trying to tell us maybe for months and years.
True. Because sometimes too, like, God has to strip certain things away to reveal that our identity was slowly being built on shaky ground. So it wasn't just about a paycheck. It was about where we were finding our worth or our rhythm or even our sense of I'm enough.
Yeah. That realization hit me so hard because I had to face the fact that maybe God wasn't punishing me. Like, he's not punishing us, right?
No, he's not.
Maybe he was protecting me. The truth is, we just see things very physical sometimes,
True,
you know. Even as believers, like, you know, our first thing we go at the flesh and the physical stuff. We have to process first, be still first, before we go into the spirit.
Yeah.
maybe he was protecting me from getting so wrapped up in my title and my achievements that I would forget who I am without them.
Yeah, because we have to always remember that his thoughts towards us are for good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we've been sitting in this season with God.
Yeah.
And here's some of the things that we're slowly beginning to understand. Growth doesn't always look like climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
Sometimes growth is a bit more quiet. Maybe growth looks like learning contentment when everything else
It's
gone.
uncertain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Sometimes it looks like using creativity to pivot into something that's brand new, like this for us. And maybe growth is finding the courage to maybe start from scratch again and try again.
And maybe, just maybe, growth looks like this. 2 women sitting in front of a camera with no fancy studio and the whole shebangs of doing a YouTube channel. No script for life. Just a desire and information that we have that we want to share.
Yeah.
Our faith and just share our truth. Yeah, so let's be honest. Starting this channel was not on our 5-year plan. You would have watched previous videos where I would have said, we're going to do a YouTube channel.
I was in 2020.
Yeah, go watch it.
Yeah.
Some previous videos, like we mentioned that, we just said it. I just said it casually. The power of your words.
That's true. That's true. For
Yeah.
real. But God saw this before we did.
Yeah.
And even though we said it out of our mouths, we didn't move. We didn't action it at the time.
Yeah.
But now we are. Like, we're in this season
We're in
now.
it.
And here it has birthed this channel. And that gives us hope. Like, your detour, it doesn't cancel your destiny. So it might just be the exact place where God wants you to be in this season to do his most transformative work.
Yes, yes. And because sometimes the thing you never wanted becomes the very thing God uses to grow you.
Oh,
You ever
yeah.
think about it?
For real.
It stretches you and it prepares you for what's next.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't see it coming.
But God did.
But God did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So-
So, and maybe you're watching this right now and you feel like you're in that exact space. Maybe you're in between jobs or in between relationships. Or maybe you're somewhere between healing and hoping, or you're quietly whispering, God, I thought it would be different.
We just want you to know we see you.
Yeah.
We really do. It's a reality. Because we are you. We are
Literally.
sitting in aspects of that moment. The confusion, the frustration, we have grown since, but it's still there.
Yeah.
That quiet ache that nobody else sees. But here's the truth. We've been clinging to God is not punishing you. I'm not punishing you, Natalie.
No, it's not punishing you either, Carl.
He's positioning us. He's
Right.
positioning you.
Yeah.
Positioning us for something deeper. Positioning us for something eternal. Something we could never build in our own strength.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're not behind. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're just in a different kind of like classroom. And the lessons you're learning here, they're going to prepare you for the next chapter that God is writing in your life. Yeah.
You're saying that and I just feel a stillness. Elevation Tribe, now we want to hear from you. Have you ever had a moment where you looked around and you said, God, I really hit this? Like, right, just so you know, you forget me, like, when it's all change.
Me.
Right? Yeah, so we really want to know how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Share where you're at, because your story might just encourage someone else who's feeling alone in this journey.
Yeah. Yeah. And if this video spoke to you, don't be selfish.
Yeah.
Don't keep it to yourself. Like, comment, subscribe. The subscription is important, guys. We want to ensure that we're growing the channel and we're reaching people who really need it.
Yeah.
And share it with someone who maybe silently. So Mr. Silently?
True.
Because sometimes as friends and acquaintances, we're trying to reach people that we may never reach. So maybe it's we two strangers are going to reach them.
True. That's
Right?
true.
So they're carrying these disappointments silently right now. And they need to know that they're not alone. Like, what you go through? Me know 2 girls on YouTube I go through it right now.
Exactly.
Right? So don't play it down. Like, what we're sharing is real life. And there are many people I know. Maybe not the exact situation, but it's
similar.
relatable.
Yeah.
And we want to let them
Similar
know that
story.
this is the community to elevate. All right?
This is the space.
Yeah.
So
thanks for being with us in the elevation zone.
because
Because growth
is the
new goal.
That's it. That's it right there. Yeah. You don't want a headphone?
What me want headphone for the Natalie? No. What you want headphone for do?
So that you look professional.
What's up, Elevation Zone TV, the place where faith meets forward motion.
Wait, the mic too high to block my face.
Can't
Turn
make it.
around to me.
But I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
You know, say that record.
So
Me think you say that record. Can you have Natalie watch a class in
let
and
him say.
Keep climbing, keep going. Let purpose unfold. Yeah. Grace in your heart, spirit so bold. Every step you take, you're not alone. Thanks for watching Elevation Zone, yeah. Elevation Zone.